Hi guys, this is Nicole from Vitalize magazine and I'm here to talk to you about microblading. I'm going to go over my experience and I'm going to let you guys know what my process was, what I thought about it, and all that.
Okay, so microblading is a form of cosmetic tattooing. There's color implanted into the skin using a handheld tool. Results typically last 1 to 3 years with touch-ups needed every year.
When I got there, Crista went over the shape of the brows that I wanted. So what you can do if you'd like, you can come with your brows filled in with makeup the way that you want to do it, and then she can see and go over whether or not she thinks it's a good shape for you.
Okay, so to determine the client's shape, I look at the shape of their face, the natural brow they have. The color of their brow also comes into what color I'll use for the pigment.
Crista spent about 15 minutes filling in my brows, and she used a little thin black pencil to outline the brows to see if that was the shape that I wanted. Finally, when Crista and I decided that we had the perfect shape, we started the procedure. When starting the treatment, Crista used a little machine over my brows to exfoliate the top of my skin before putting on the numbing topical treatment.
So we put topical anesthetic on the brows at the beginning of the treatment and throughout the treatment to keep the client comfortable, so it's a pretty pain-free treatment.
In about 5 minutes, my brows were completely numb and she started with the little microblading tool. Make sure when someone's doing your brows that they're opening a brand new package on the razor, because you don't want something that someone else has used that's gross. So the tool was a little razor. It sounds more scary than it is. Honestly, I didn't feel anything.
So at the end of the treatment, I actually used ombre shading. It's done with a machine. It just creates a pixelated look, a pixelated shaded look, and it just gives the brow a little more volume added in with the hair strokes. The procedure takes about 45 minutes to an hour. I book in a 2-hour treatment time just so we can do a consultation at the beginning as well.
In 6 to 7 days, my brows are gonna start flaking, and that's completely normal. And all it is just like any other scab. It's gonna start drying up a little bit. But what she suggests is use a tiny little bit of grapeseed oil, nothing else, no polysporin, nothing like that. Just grapeseed oil on a tiny little Q-tip and just dab it on instead of rubbing, because you don't want to pull out the pigment. A big question was whether or not you can wear makeup after your procedure. And the answer is yes, but you do need to keep a healthy distance between your brow and your skin. You want to avoid having any complications, so make sure that you're keeping your brows dry and clean. So if you are going to wear makeup, you need to use a makeup wipe and just wipe around, avoiding the area. Do not get your brows wet. Or if you want, you can wash your skin, but she suggests just washing the bottom of your face, not on the top, because you don't want any water dripping down. You also can use micellar water as well over the face, but once again, avoiding the brows. When you are showering, you do as well have to keep your brows dry. So what she suggests is maybe using a detachable shower head if you have one, or taking baths. In 5 to 8 weeks, I am gonna have to get a touch-up done. And after that, the pigment in your skin normally lasts about 12 months. It depends from person to person. Some people, it doesn't stay in as longer and they have to go for another touch-up in 6 months, but usually it's around 12. The only similarities between getting a tattoo and microblading is you are implementing pigment into the skin. Tattoos go through many more layers of your skin, whereas microblading, it's closer to the surface. So that's why tattoos last way longer than microblading. Although it is still considered permanent makeup, it is more closer to semi-permanent than actually permanent. Overall, I was in Crista's salon for about 2 hours, and that included the drying of the brows, the numbing, the microblading, and the ombre. Overall, my experience was amazing and I'm so excited to see what my brows look like when they're completely healed. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, or you can check us out at Vitalize Canada on Instagram or vitalizemagazine.com. Thanks, guys!